Welcome back to Minecraft on the Block. I am going to start out with some housekeeping. I had a big set of notes in front of me to make sure that I didn't forget some stuff last time, and I got all clever and thought that I was going to remember while I was building something and fill some space with some clever thoughts or to do some housekeeping, and I didn't remember anything. So I'm going to do that right now. One of the things was I wanted to make a correction, not from the last video but the previous video. I mentioned that zombies dropped arrows and that if you had a zombie generator you would get a lot of arrows. Obviously that is skeletons, and I was misspeaking. So anyway, something that I knew that I just didn't say correctly. Anyway, the other thing I kept saying was about grass. I kept saying that you need grass to grow various things, and then I think I ended with saying no, you just need it to grow trees. Well, you don't even need it to grow trees. You don't need grass to grow anything. You need dirt. I'm sure that, I don't know, there may be something you need to grow grass, like grass maybe, I don't know. If you want to grow the deep grass, maybe it has to be grass. But anyway, I'm not sure. I've seen videos where I even saw Paul Soares do it once, where he migrated grass from up to low. I think that was actually to spawn animals. To spawn animals, you have to have grass. So, or some animals. Anyway, that is incorrect. Another thing I wanted to mention was BubbaMan547. Once again gave me some good information, and that was a couple of things he said. One, that you find diamonds mostly around level 12. I had a couple other comments. I can't remember the people that left them, but one guy said 10.9 and one person said like 11. So, which is funny. I don't know if there's a point. I guess there is point something, but that's because you can actually see that right now, if we press F3, which also was a Bubba Man left that comment, and that's basically the way you get the console, the debug console up. You can see that we are the Y coordinate right here over on the left hand corner is 65.6. That is one block above sea level. 64 is sea level, which is right here, and we're at 64.6. The 0.6 is our head, so basically our head is 0.6 above sea level. Anyway, or is 0.6 of a block high, I guess I should say. So you get the idea. Turn that off. Okay. And a couple other things I wanted to do. Man of the Lego, I hope I'm saying the name correctly. I think it's a very cool name, especially if I'm saying it correctly. Mentioned building a castle, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. Definitely going to be doing one of those. I have a great plan for what I want to do, and I think it'll be really cool. It'll be a cool logistical problem to try to solve, so we'll do that. Also, let's see. He mentioned, he was explaining the grass colors. Yeah, the fact that some of the grass colors can be like darker, like this. These are slightly darker grass colors, and there's a few different, right here. So that's because grass in different biomes is different colors, of course, and the darkest is found in the swamps, which we have some way over there, and you get a mixture of it on the edges of biomes. So we have a pretty cool little ecosystem here, which gives us that mix. And then Goldfinger490 also mentioned that the light problem, again, make sure that I keep the light up. So I'm going to try to use a lot of torches, and sometimes I'm just going to try not to work too much at night, but when I go into the depths, I'll make sure that I do a good job with torches. Anyway, that's that. Let's get back to some actual, let me make sure there was nothing else. I did also want to mention that on our farm, it's good to put up torches here, not just to keep spawns at bay, but light helps the farm to grow. So you can put up quite a few torches. I don't know what is the most efficient spacing for torches, but if you put up torches, you're going to have light. So the way you grow farms to grow underground is to make sure that they have light, because they don't care what kind of light they get. They just want light. So anyway, you get the idea. Put up some torches, and a lot of people will put them in between. I don't know if I care about that. We'll see how they grow, and if we need to, we'll put them in there. But you can see that we got some wheat going, so let's go in there real quick. You can see I basically finished this. I did want to finish populating this with wheat, though. So what we'll do, you can see when you step on this stuff, you mess it up. I'm going to go ahead and till this out, and then I'm going to creep in, and I'm going to get our full-grown wheat like that. And I'm getting wheat and seeds, hopefully. I think I was getting wheat from that. Anyway, I only got wheat from a couple. Maybe a couple of them weren't ready. I keep doing that. Anyway, got some seeds. I don't know if I got enough to replant and expand a little bit or not. Got to be more careful. No, I was only able to expand one. So anyway, a couple of them weren't ready, but I got a couple. I'm probably going to try to find melons and pumpkins and do those here. Melons need, and I think pumpkins as well, they need a block to fall onto, so you'll like grow one up and then they need to fall on to a block. So we'll probably plant a row of melons and a row of pumpkins, and we'll plant them on the outside so that we can deal with that. I think that was all I wanted to show here. You'll notice that I expanded out a little bit. I just ran the fence right into the wall. Again, if things are going to fall off there into our garden, then let them, and I'm sure I'll regret that. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to show you is that I'm hungry right now, and I'm sick of hunting down and killing pigs and depleting my animal resources because they don't respawn. And I've had that. I was mentioning in a video previously that I had an issue finding sheep once before. It was probably because I killed all the sheep as soon as I saw them when I was first playing the game. So that's something to keep in mind. When you first spawn in, don't just kill everything you see thinking that it's always going to be there, especially if it's an area you like. You can bring animals back in, you can lure them back in and breed them, and that's kind of what we're going to do. The easiest, okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, 2 birds with 1 egg. So if you get eggs, which I have just gotten from chickens that were roaming around and picked them up, you could right click and throw them, and periodically, every once in a while, it will give you a chicken. We got lucky on our first try. So we want to get 2. So we'll throw one, we didn't get one that time. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Man, we got lucky. There we go. We got lucky on our first one. So now we have 2. Those will eventually grow into full-grown chickens, and then we will actually, I was going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I can't. I can't actually show you breeding until they get bigger. So we'll come back and check on them later. But anyway, you get the idea. We got some chickens. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to use these eggs or anything right now. We're going to have an abundance of eggs. I'm just going to throw them all. Okay, I got 3 chickens out of that. So we'll leave them in here, and they can grow, and I think they'll grow in basically 10 minutes in 1 full day cycle. I don't know. I think that's correct. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, yeah. So we're doing pretty good. Our farm is looking good, and you'll notice. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I wanted to just demonstrate that I'm hungry a lot, especially the more we work. Work makes you hungry, if you didn't know that. So running extra fast makes you especially hungry, and work in general makes you hungry. So I built this little corral. I decided that I was going to put the corral on this side this time instead. I was mentioning putting it on the back, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll hold cattle up here and pigs in the back. But I wanted to do this. I put a gate, so we just placed a gate. I build this little corral. I'll probably build another one out. I like to keep the sheep separate from like pigs and cattle because the sheep I like to be able to sort through them easier. I use them for colored wool, so I like to keep them a little more sorted, but I'll probably put the pigs and the cows in there. And then we'll breed them, and we'll use them for food as well. We're going to go get a couple, but right now what I wanted to do was sleep because I really don't want to mess around with the daytime for now. So we're good. We can hop in bed, and when we pop back up, we'll be ready to go. I also wanted to mention that I didn't make this statement last time. Beds change your spawn point. That's not important for us because if we die, we're not going to spawn. So our spawn point could be in the middle of the ocean all the way at the bottom of the sea, and we wouldn't care because we are not going to spawn because we're playing on hardcore. But if you're playing on regular survival mode, which I really am into this hardcore thing. I think it's going to make for a really fun series, but if we die, we're dead, and all this work would be for naught. So we're going to be really careful, and we're going to try to survive. Being more thoughtful and not doing stupid stuff, which is like why I like having the bed. But anyway, if you decide that you want to play on regular survival mode, which is totally respectable and just as much fun in a lot of ways, then feel free to go ahead and do that. Let's see what our chickens are doing. And don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're not playing a legitimate game of Minecraft, because that is not true. But anyway, the spawn point will change. So we spawned somewhere over there, I can't remember, on top of a tree, I think. Now, if we died and we weren't playing hardcore, we would spawn back here. Okay, so I wanted to show luring some animals in, and I'd really like to get sheep, although cattle would do. So we saw some sheep over this way. We're going to go get them. And to do that, we need wheat. So basically, wheat does 2 things for you. It's used in the whole breeding of animals in 2 ways. One is to lure them. If you hold wheat, and it's funny because I think you have to basically look them in the eye for a certain amount of time, and then you'll kind of see their head lock on you. There's the naked sheep, so you can see that's the sheep that we sheared. If we get a patch here pretty soon, we should be able to actually we should be able to actually have them regenerate their wool. So we're going to hold this. Watch this. So there we go. He locked on. No, he didn't. Let's see. I think you have to like look him in the eye or something. I can't. It's honestly, I'm not sure, but I think he's going to follow us. No, he will eventually though. They will lock on and they will follow us. Come here, buddy. This is gonna be funny if I'm totally on crack. It has something to do with this. Let's just see. Let's just stare at him. That's so funny. I thought that was what it was. And then once they lock on, they like go crazy and they'll just follow you. So let's see. This is gonna be hilarious. I was hoping to get something other than pigs anyway, but I really just want to demonstrate anything. It's kind of funny. You'll notice when it happens, they kind of just like zap to you, and there we go. No? Yeah, maybe. Is he gonna follow us? Yeah, I think he's locked on. Let's see. Yeah, he's locked on. Let's go see if we can find a sheep that I didn't shear. Yeah, okay, so he's following us. And now, I don't know if other animals follow more easily once you've done that or not, but it seemed to be the case. I've only got 2 minutes. I hope I can do this. And you got to be careful. So I had a game one time where, again, it was the same game. I was trying to find sheep, and I found them, and I realized that once I got them, I wanted to lure them back, and I did, but I went a long way away from my home to get them, and I was trying to lure them back through the night, and it was a mess. We're just going to lure this one dude back because I don't think we're going to find any of his friends. So let's see. Let's see how much luck we have. This can be a little tricky. They're pretty clever, though. They can make their way. Let's see if we're clever enough to get him back. Anyway, so I was luring these sheep, and I had along the way I picked up other animals. I had a sheep, and I had a couple of cows, and I had a couple of pigs, and whatever else would follow me. And they were all following me, and then I was just booking it, and there was all kinds of like creepers, and it was through a forest. It was really becoming difficult to get them back. And so anyway, I finally got them back. Or no, I didn't get them back. I finally got killed out in the middle of nowhere, and I was out looking for my stuff. All right, so he's gonna, until we let go of this, I think, watch this. So we let go, we take it out of our hand, and now he's not really interested anymore. Now he's just going to go do his thing. So anyway, that's what wheat's for. It's also for breeding them, which is what I was going to tell you, and I was hoping to get another one to follow me. I'll book it back over there. I don't think we're going to have enough time to bring one back, so I'll probably show that at the beginning of the next episode. Anyway, so what I was going to say is I was trying to find my body. When you die in non-hardcore mode and you respawn, all of the stuff that you had on you drop, and I had quite a bit of stuff that I wanted. And so I was trying to find my body, and I was my corpse, as it were, and I was a long way from home, and I wasn't really able to find it until I all of a sudden saw this like grouping of strange animals together, and I walked around over by where they were, and I ended up finding my corpse. So anyway, just kind of a funny story about how that happened. And then after that, I still wasn't even able to get them back. So I ended up having to find sheep in the middle of the ocean on that attempt. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I was hoping to try to get this pig over, but I will show you breeding pigs in the next episode. So we got a chicken following us too. I will start off with that, and then we'll move on. We'll probably also work on chickens because they'll be ready to go. So anyway, really appreciate you watching. I'm going to talk more about. I said I was going to talk about the castle this time. I didn't. I'll talk about that next time. Our buzzer's going to go off in just a second. I got to turn that stupid thing off. There it goes. Anyway, we'll talk about the castle in the next episode. I'll start off with breeding the sheep, and then I'll talk about breeding the pigs, and I'll talk about the castle, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please tell your friends, and check us out on minecraftontheblock.blogspot.com. And if you go there and you like the idea of having a blog that kind of supports this and talks about things, and place I can do polls and things like that, let me know. I'd like to have comments over there to know that you guys would like me to spend more time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.